Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing this very fine morning? We're in the mood. It's Wednesday. And we got some news for you concerning Manchester United. It never ends for Manchester United. There's news every day. There's controversy every day. We have to talk about Man United. We have to talk about the world of United. What's going on in the world of Manchester United? I must ask, why are people so unempathetic in regards to Ragnick? Why are they so bitter in regards to Ragnick? I must ask the question. I must pose the question. Is it because they are Glazer sympathisers? Is it? Because in my view, that would be kind of pathetic, don't you think? To be a Glazer sympathiser, because they go against every single thing we stand for. Everything we stand for, guys. Let me just set this up. Mute myself because I can hear my voice on the screen, so I better mute myself like so. So how's your day been today? I hope you've all had a cushy day so far and you're enjoying it. I know a lot of you are working, and all fair play to you, all power to you, much power to you. Thank you for joining me this morning for Breaking Dawn, and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video. Please carry on subscribing. Please smash a like on the video. It really helps with the algorithm, because algorithms, as you know, like to algorithm. So, break of dawning, now I'm yawning. Here we are, break of dawning, now I'm yawning. Welcome to the Breaking Dawn Show. Breaking Dawn Show. Don't worry, I got some music. I got some royal free music coming your way. Trying to pull it all together. Trying to do it, trying to produce it, doing everything. Gonna try and put a little intro for you very soon. Gonna be sweet, As time goes on, we build and we build and we build, and we just keep it going. We keep progressing. And as a community, we keep building. Our community is strong, but our community is powerful. It's not about how many, it's how powerful you are. It's how loyal you are. Keep subscribing, keep joining the club, keep smashing like on the video. We are in this together, the unity. We are in this together, guys. So don't forget to show the love, smash a like, share the video, drop a comment. I'm going to just bring you the latest news, what I'm hearing over here in the UAE, because you may not have heard things what come out of here in the UAE. You may not. Most likely you have, because Manchester United is such a global phenomenon that you would honestly hear different news from the same news everywhere you go. In four corners of the world you will hear news about Manchester United and who Manchester United want to sign, who's the new finance director, technical director, recruitment guy, what not. So yes, thank you for joining me. Today I want to talk about the main man, De Ligt, Bayern Munich central defender, playing for Holland at the Euro 2024 Championships. Hasn't featured much for Holland, probably because they have players that they prefer in the team. Doesn't mean anything sinister, doesn't mean that he's bad or whatever, what people want to say. Very quick player, very tall player, very powerful player. Hasn't worked out for him at Juventus. Didn't work out for him at Bayern Munich. Of course, not everything is black and white. Some things are due to a multi-layer of circumstances. That's what it is. You know, you cannot just blame De Ligt. There's a multi-layer of problems that can occur when a player signs for a club. Obviously, players have to settle, obviously. So players might get on with other players. It's loads of different reasons why it hasn't worked out for De Ligt at Juventus and Bayern Munich. But De Ligt remains a very good player, a very good defender, and would mark a very good addition to our squad. We need a defender. We need a defender like De Ligt, who's experienced, who is powerful, who is tall, who is young as well, which fits the mold. 24 years old, guys, 24 years old. Very experienced already. So it would be a very good signing for United. I'll be happy with that, you know, but first things first, getting the defence sorted out. Of course, we had so many problems in our back line the last season that we needed a new defender. We needed a new defender, and De Ligt is a good start. It is a good start. The fee would be 50 million euros, 42.4 million pounds. Of course, there's going to be add-ons to that. Various little add-ons, sell-on clauses, goal bonuses, international appearances, you name it, it's going to be all that in the contract, no doubt about that. So if De Ligt walks through the door, which it looks likely, he could be one of our first signings. Obviously, it is July the 3rd. Is it July the 3rd? It is July the 3rd. So we got to make sure that we get things done and we get business done quickly before the pre-season starts. Because I would like, I don't know about you, but I would like Ten Hag to have his full squad available to him when the season starts. What do you think about that? It hasn't been the case for the last few seasons, has it? We haven't had our full team out for the last few seasons, have we? We haven't at all. So I would like Ten Hag to have his full team available, and I would like him to work on tactics with the new team, bring in the players, and we'll be more prepared for the season. Now, in regards to Miguel Gutierrez, a name that is not familiar with a lot of people, but Miguel Gutierrez is a Girona player, owned 50% by Real de Madrid. They are owned by Real Madrid by 50%, and Real Madrid do have a huge say in what they do with Miguel Gutierrez. Miguel Gutierrez is available for a transfer, but has also had the interest of Liverpool and Chelsea, including Dortmund as well, for his signature. Manchester United have made a move for Gutierrez, and it is said that Ten Hag is obsessed with the player. He really likes Gutierrez, and Manchester United have agreed a £34.5 million deal for Gutierrez at his various clubs. It would be a very good signing for United. Did very well in a very impressive Girona side last season. Of course, left back, we do need a cover at left back. Luke Shaw obviously is injury prone, so we have to look after the left back. We have to make sure we are covered in those positions. How do you feel about Gutierrez then? Miguel Gutierrez, would it be a good signing for United? I think it will. I think it will give good cover on the left back position. Malacia, we're not too sure what's going on with Malacia. Hopefully he will be back next season, but we cannot rely on Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw his injuries have been crazy in the last few years, and he hasn't really set the world alight, of course, because of his injury record. When Luke Shaw does play, still one of the best left backs in the world, in my opinion. I still think he's a very good player, but Miguel Gutierrez will add much needed competition in that space. So look out for this, watch this space. Miguel Gutierrez could be on his way out of Girona to Manchester United, 34 million. Good deal. Is it a good deal? It's quite pricey, but did well last season in La Liga. Obviously owned 50% by Real Madrid. Real Madrid have sanctioned the deal. They have agreed to the deal, and Ten Hag is very, very interested in the player. Some said he is obsessed with the player. So let's see how that develops. Let's see if Miguel Gutierrez comes to United. Will be a good signing. So that'll be De Ligt and that'll be Gutierrez. So that's our left back position sorted, and that'll be a central defender sorted. So it's a good sign. It's a good sign for everyone. Now, in regards to Branthwaite, Branthwaite is said to be very frustrated with Everton and their lack of progress in regards to the Branthwaite deal to Manchester United. Of course, Jared Branthwaite agreed terms with Manchester United not so long ago, and was touted as being very excited about the deal. Now, Everton have kind of priced Branthwaite out of a move to Manchester United. Manchester United, on no uncertain circumstances, want to pay 60 to 70 million for Branthwaite. They're looking at up to 40 to 45 million, which, in my view, is fair for a player who's had a breakthrough season in the Premier League, a young player. He should be 40, 45 million. But as Everton have done their deals, have raised some money, they are in no rush to sell Branthwaite. And they, hypothetically, in theory, they have the cards in their hands, and they have the call. So at the end of the day, Everton don't need to sell, and they don't need to sell for cheap in their opinion. They value him at 60, 70 million. I don't value him at 60, 70 million. I still believe we could do a deal with Everton. I still believe there could be a swap deal there with Lindelof and Branthwaite. We do need another central left-sided centre-back. We do, and having Branthwaite would mark a good signing, and it obviously fits the mould of the young players, etc. British, young. And if we had De Ligt and Branthwaite and Gutierrez, goodness me, we are starting to build an elite defence. Now, just before I start, I'm just going to check up on all these tweets. I have started actually, but just before I get moving, we have got, so other than that, Manchester United do want Branthwaite, but they're not going to be held to ransom. They're not going to overpay for Branthwaite. There are other options in the market. Of course, we spoke about Ignacio yesterday, the Sporting Lisbon centre-back, 19 years old, 6 foot, good player. It's the kind of player that Manchester United will be looking at and Manchester United are interested in. So we're not going to be held to ransom by Branthwaite. Jared Branthwaite is frustrated. He wants to move to Manchester United. He's desperate for the move to Manchester United, and it's said to be that he has grown frustrated with Everton, which is never a good sign for a club, and it always ends up with the player leaving. But if Manchester United do not pay 60, 70 million, it looks like Everton are not going to budge. But I still believe Manchester United can work out a deal with Maguire, with Lindelof, with Branthwaite. I still believe they can do that. And for me, that would be a very, very good deal for Everton. A superb deal for Everton. A swap deal, Lindelof, Maguire, even Wan-Bissaka. It would be a very good deal for Everton. Everton would be better for it, in my opinion. And Branthwaite would be a Manchester United player. But Everton are playing half ball, sticky toffees and all that. So we have to be patient and see if Everton move first. If they move first, if they show themselves first, it's like a game of cat and mouse at the moment between Manchester United and Everton. So we have to wait and see. And that scenario there, that transfer there, we have to watch this space. Branthwaite is very, very interested in Manchester United, and Manchester United are very, very interested in Branthwaite. I admire the player. I think he's a very good player, better than people think. Obviously played in Holland for PSV Eindhoven as a centre-back. So he has got experience. He's not a stranger to European football. He's been around. So Manchester United still interested, but will not pay the money that Everton want us to pay. So I don't think Manchester United will pay 60, 70 million. It would be a bad deal for me. We don't pay that much money anymore. We've moved on from those days. Those days, my friend, we thought it would never end. No, it's ended now. Branthwaite will not be going to Manchester United for 60, 70 million. 45 million tops should be the roundabout mark. Now, in regards to Mason Greenwood, of course, the ever-going saga of Mason Greenwood and Lazio. Lazio have reopened talks for Mason Greenwood. Obviously, Lazio's initial offer was 17.5 million, which for me was very, very insulting. What do you think about 17.5 million for Mason Greenwood? Goodness me, there's League One players worth 17.5 million. You're looking at a generational talent here in Greenwood. It's just so unfortunate that the circumstances that happened to Greenwood affected him, affected us, and unfortunately we are forced to sell. But we are not going to sell for peanuts. We're not going to be taken for mugs. We have to accept the correct offer for Greenwood. In my opinion, Greenwood should be going no less than £40 million. Of course, if these issues didn't happen, these horrible issues, these accusations, etc., didn't happen, the phone calls, etc., he would be a lot more than 40 million because he is a generational talent, a very young player, did very well at Getafe. He's still wanted by Atletico Madrid as well. But Lazio are desperate for the player and are willing to offer up to 17.5 million. So that means they're not desperate for the player, really, are they? They need to pay £40 million, 40 million euros. And if they don't pay that, we're not selling the player, unfortunately. So whoever offers that type of money, I think we should snap their hand off. I wouldn't want Greenwood to come back to the Premier League. I wouldn't want him to come back to Man United. Nothing personal. I just feel it would be harmful for him in regards to the abuse he will receive, of course, from rival fans and rival people around the country. You know that the Premier League can be relentless. We witnessed it with David Beckham. And even then, that was during the day that Twitter and Facebook and Instagram didn't exist. So obviously it would be better for him to stay abroad for the time being. And who knows, he might recapture his England place once Southgate goes, because let's face it, Southgate will go soon. So I think he will capture his England place again. And I'm hopeful that he will rekindle his career. He's done very well at the clubs he's been to so far. He's done very well at Getafe. So I wish him all the best in his future endeavours. And I hope he goes to a big club. I hope he goes to a good club. There's many clubs out there that will fit him. Lazio is a good club, have underachieved in recent years, obviously, been in Europe a couple of times. I think he will be a very, very good signing for Lazio and will be one of their main players next season if he goes to Lazio, of course, in Rome. Now, way out there, and one of those way out there bits of news I heard today is that Manchester United are looking at Anthony Gordon of Newcastle United. Of course, Newcastle United need to sell players for financial fair play, and Manchester United may take that opportunity to look at Anthony Gordon and put in an offer for Anthony Gordon. Anthony Gordon plays on the left of midfield, and if Rashford does leave for PSG, it would be a very good signing for United, in my opinion. But obviously, we still have Rashford, so let's not jump ahead of ourselves. But Manchester United have let the media know that they are interested in Anthony Gordon, and Anthony Gordon would be interested in a move to Manchester United. How much will Anthony Gordon go for, I hear you cry? Of course, Anthony Gordon is a very new player. He's a very good player, and Manchester United wouldn't be paying anything less than 50 to 60 million for Anthony Gordon. I even think it could be a lot more. So Anthony Gordon, good player. Should we fork out on him? I don't think we should. He's a good player, but I don't think we should. I don't think it's a priority at the moment. I don't think Anthony Gordon is a priority position for Manchester United at the moment. If we do sell Sancho, Mason Greenwood and Rashford, I think it would be a good buy. I think he's a very good prospect. But we still have those players on the books, so we cannot be looking at left backs at the moment. Manchester United are desperate for central midfielders. Manchester United are desperate for defenders and fullbacks. So Manchester United need to look at the priorities at the moment, including the striker as well. So, but it's nice to know that we are looking at players such as Anthony Gordon, young players, Premier League is proven, and could fit very well into the Manchester United way. Of course, a very old school type of left winger, can cross the ball, can assist. It's something we've been missing quite a bit of in the past few years. We need creativity from the wing. We need players like Anthony Gordon. Of course, it looks like we've missed out on Elise. Obviously, there were reports earlier this week that we are ready to hijack the Elise deal, but I think that was very far-fetched. I don't think we're going to hijack the Elise deal. I think he'll still sign for Bayern Munich. Anthony Gordon is another option to add to a creative side to our midfield. We do need creative side to our wingers. We do. We need crosses coming into the box for Rasmus. We need crosses coming to the box on whoever we sign up front. Of course, we are very interested in Xerxes. Turning to Xerxes, Manchester United are 99% almost agreed a deal for Xerxes. 99% sure that he will be a Manchester United player come the start of pre-season. Now, this will be a very good buy. Xerxes, a very young player, 23 years old, obviously in the Dutch squad. Of course, hasn't really made an impact in the Euros at this year yet. Still on the bench. Of course, Ronald Koeman prefers his own players. Xerxes has been a journeyman in his career so far. In his short career, he has gone to Parma, he has been at Anderlecht, and of course, he has been at Bologna. So he hasn't been as prolific, but I think that working under Ten Hag will be a very good move for him. I think he's a good player, and having researched further into the player, I think he is a good player, and will give great competition for the centre forward position with Rasmus Højlund. Of course, we do still need creative wingers, and we do still need players who can create from the sides, because that was the Manchester United DNA. That's always been the Manchester United DNA. Creativity from the width, creativity from the wingers, and that's what we need at Manchester United, of course. Now, there is a bit of news here that absolutely shocked me. It comes from MNEN, Manchester Evening News. I almost fell out my chair. I almost choked on my coffee. Manchester United are interested in, wait for it. Manchester United are interested in bringing back Romelu Lukaku. It is rumoured Manchester United are interested in bringing Romelu Lukaku back to the club after his first stint at Manchester United failed miserably. This news I don't like to see. This is the complete opposite side of the spectrum. Romelu Lukaku is just not a Manchester United player. Romelu Lukaku at the Euros looked overweight, no offence, looked chunky. Ball was bouncing off him like no tomorrow, like a bouncy castle. And I don't think he would do well now. I think his time has come and gone in regards to Manchester United. I'm not interested in bringing players back. I don't think it works unless it's Paul Scholes. I don't think bringing players back works. Obviously, there are rumours that bringing back Memphis, I just don't think it'll work. If it didn't work the first time, it's not going to work the second time, is it? I don't think Lukaku is a good enough player for us in regards to our aspirations and where we want to go, what type of challenges we want to mount next season. But MEN have dropped an absolute stinker with this one. Lukaku will not be coming back to Manchester United. And if Ineos are interested in Lukaku, I suggest they reevaluate it. But I cannot fathom any thought inside me, any reason why they would be after Lukaku. Lukaku is obviously going around, a journeyman, of course, but he was at Chelsea twice. Does he want to come to Manchester United again? Manchester United twice? I don't think so. He's not quick enough. He's not mobile enough. He cannot hold up the ball. The ball bounces off him, and we don't create. So he doesn't work to create for himself. So we don't need a Lukaku. We're happy with Rasmus on his own. Thank you very much. We don't want Lukaku. Lukaku's a bit of a disruption in the dressing room as well. We cannot have short memories here. We have got recency biased. Anyway, recently Lukaku hasn't been doing well. So at the end of the day, that news kind of shocked me. I thought I'd bring the news to you. Lukaku has brought the interest of the club in regards to bringing him back. I'm not sure how much he will go through. I haven't explored that avenue. It could be a free transfer, but I don't want Lukaku back at the club. I don't know how you feel about that, guys. He wouldn't be a very, very wise move, in my opinion, for Manchester United. That we need to move on from these type of deals. No way, Jose. No way, not today. So, more news in regards to players out. Now, West Ham United are very interested in bringing Aaron Wan-Bissaka to East London. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, of course, a player who played out of position last season, did really well playing at left back, was very useful last season in regards to the full-back positions, but Manchester United need to raise money for financial fair play. West Ham United have emerged as favourites for Wan-Bissaka's signature. Manchester United are looking for a fee in the region of 30 to 40 million. In my opinion, that is still a bargain. Cheap as chips for Wan-Bissaka. I think Wan-Bissaka is better than 20 to 30 million, 30 to 40 million. We purchased him for 50 million, if you can remember that. But selling him, our hand might be forced to sell him, and hopefully we can pick up some cash for Wan-Bissaka. And him going to West Ham will be a very good move for him in the Premier League. Good club for him. And some may argue might be below his level. But I think he could do really well there. And who knows what will happen in the rest of his career if he flourishes at West Ham. Of course, there was a time not last season, but a year ago when Ten Hag first walked through the door, when Wan-Bissaka was favourite. He was the favoured guy at right back until he got injured, and of course Dalot came in and took his opportunity well. But Aaron Wan-Bissaka could be sold to West Ham United. I wouldn't accept anything less than 30-40 million pounds, and I wouldn't be forced into selling him if they cannot offer that money. 20 million is far too cheap for a guy like Wan-Bissaka, an experienced guy like Wan-Bissaka, a player who is playing for Manchester United, was a mainstay in the team last season, and very versatile as well. It will be very sad for Wan-Bissaka to leave, but of course our hand may be forced. We do need to sell players. We haven't sold anyone at the moment, and players like Wan-Bissaka, players like McTominay, players like Lindelof, players like Maguire may need to go. Players like De Beek, players like Pellistri may need to go because we need to raise money, and financial fair play might bite us on the butt. Yeah, had to censor that one. Sorry, guys. It is a morning show, so we have everyone watching, and we don't want to get in trouble by the tube. Now, Manchester United have been working on the iconic tunnel at Manchester United in the corner of the ground, just next to the South Stand and the Stretford end in the corner, is being revamped. Ineos have suggested that Manchester United's tunnel is not atmospheric enough, and Manchester United need a new tunnel when they're coming out for to the Stone Roses. They need those fireworks. They need a better intro for the team, because the team needs a little bit of motivation to go on a pitch at Old Trafford. They need a tunnel that they can get motivated in. They need a tunnel that they can look at and say, wow, yeah, fireworks, look at them, yeah, we're Manchester United. They need a tunnel. The tunnel is being done. I'm not too sure why it's been a priority. Obviously, we have leaks in the stadium that needs to be fixed, of course, but at least they're doing work on the stadium and fixing a few things up. Of course, I've suggested for many a time that Manchester United Stadium is very it's not intimidating enough. It's not intimidating enough. So I have nothing against Ineos obviously revamping the tunnel. I think there's few things that we need to revamp as well. I do believe that Old Trafford's atmosphere could be better. I think it could be made more of a fortress. It used to be a fortress. I don't think it's a fortress anymore. There's many things about United that I would change. And I know it's small details. Do you remember when Jurgen Klopp, I hate to bring in Liverpool, but do you remember when Jurgen Klopp changed the nets at Anfield? He changed the nets, he changed the goals at Anfield. As small as that may seem, as little as that may seem to some people, these small details are very important. What I have noticed about the Manchester United goal nets is that the Manchester United goal nets are very loose and very weak. When we kick a ball in the goal, it looks like the goal is going to fall down. The thing goes all over the place and it looks like it's going to fall down. It looks cheap. We need to fix that too. There's a number of things we need to fix at Old Trafford. There's a number of things and little things that can improve the atmosphere of Old Trafford. Many things that can improve the atmosphere in Old Trafford. And there's such a potential for Old Trafford to be such a fortress. It's scary when Old Trafford is on rocking. It's scary. I've been at Old Trafford when it's rocking. I've been there. I've seen it. It's intimidating. I remember the Roma game when we won 7-1, sorry. I remember the Roma game when we won 7-1, and I was in the stands and the atmosphere was crazy. The atmosphere was crazy. They didn't know what hit them, Roma. They didn't know what hit them. Old Trafford can be the most atmospheric stadium in Europe, but we have to fix it. We have to make it that way again, because over the last few years, we've lost our atmosphere. We lost our intimidation. Teams are more or less excited to come to Old Trafford. They're not scared to come to Old Trafford. They're excited to come to Old Trafford. So I think that changing the tunnel, making it more intimidating for opposition teams is very important. We are the Red Devils, of course. At the moment, it doesn't seem that way. It doesn't seem that we are intimidating enough, and it doesn't seem that teams are scared to come to Old Trafford anymore. So we have to change that. It's very important. A home record is very important. Of course, in Ten Hag's first season, he had a decent record at Old Trafford, but it wasn't intimidating enough. The crowd wasn't as noisy as they can be, so to speak. There were times when we were very atmospheric. There were times when we were brilliant. But in comparison to our away fans, our brilliant away fans, we have the best away fans in the world. Let's make Old Trafford the most intimidating ground in the world. And Ineos, well done. I applaud you for changing the tunnel and trying to put a bit of atmosphere back into Manchester United and putting fear in the hearts of the opposition. That's what we need. We need change. We come a bit stale at Old Trafford. Change is good. Any change is good. Hello, Tony. How are you? Good to see you, mate. Thank you for joining the stream, and thank you for the comment. Thank you for all the love. Really appreciate it. Now, Heaton, a goalkeeper for Manchester United, of course. I think the third goalkeeper at Manchester United will be signing a new contract. Of course, Heaton is working in a coaching capacity as well. It's very important to Manchester United. I believe this is a good deal. I believe it's better than spending 40-50 million on a goalkeeper. Of course, I spoke about Mamardashvili yesterday, the Georgia goalkeeper who has impressed highly at the Euros, and but would be going for 40 to 80 million euros. at Valencia. Valencia, of course, have him at the moment, but because of his big performances in the Euros, the price is a bit extortionate. I don't think we should be signing a goalkeeper anytime soon. I felt that Onana did okay at the end of last season. Of course, he's got to get rid of those mistakes. The mistake in the final against Manchester City was awful. Could have cost us dear, but he did make a couple of brilliant saves, and I believe he will have a good season next season. I believe in Onana. I hope you believe in Onana too. We'll support him. We cannot afford another goalkeeper. So Tom Heaton signing a contract is a good thing for Manchester United. He's a good guy to have around the dressing room and a good coach. So we can use him very well. And I have no bones to pick in regards to Tom Heaton signing a new contract. Now, just to recap, obviously, De Ligt is close to signing for Manchester United. A fee of 50 million euros, 42 million pounds, looks to be agreed. Of course, that won't include incentives, including obviously international appearances, sell-on clause, and appearance bonuses, goal bonuses, what you name it. Obviously, obviously Bayern Munich are going to be looking for the best deal for him. Obviously, there were a lot of rumours that De Ligt is slow, very false rumours. These are false rumours. De Ligt is a very quick player, one of the quickest defenders out there. Of course, it's important that you do your research before you make opinions on De Ligt. My only concern was he hasn't done well at Bayern Munich and he hasn't done well at Juventus for whatever reason that is. But I will not hold it against him. Of course, we signed players in the past who have had problems and they have become legends. Eric Cantona, for one, became one of our greatest ever players. So I'm not comparing him to Eric Cantona, of course. But if we sign De Ligt, it would be a good buy, in my opinion. Good defender, strong defender, young defender, working under Ten Hag again would be a very good signing for United. I will be excited about it. If we do sign him and we do capture Branthwaite, a defender like that as well, or Ignacio, it will be a very good start to our window because our defence was the weakness last season and it's important that we improve defence. Kenny, what's going on? Yeah, fair play to Ineos so far. They're getting things done. At least they're doing things. At least they're working on things. They're not just putting a lick of paint on. They're changing things. And we have to give them credit where it's due. As I said, I always wanted a full sale. I always wanted a full sale at Manchester United. But we didn't get what we wanted. We lost. We have to move on. 25% to Ineos. I wish them the best of luck. I hope they bring us back to the top of the summit of Premier League football and world football. That's what we want at the end of the day. We dream the same dream. We want the same thing. We're on the same boat. We're on the same submarine. So it's important that Manchester United believe in Ineos, Manchester United fans believe in Ineos and support them. Of course, as time goes on in this window, if transfers are not done and it becomes a deja vu, there will be murmurs, there will be moanings, there will be everything in regards to the fan base because we have had experience of failure in these windows and experience of desperation buys in these windows. We do need to get these transfers over the line before pre-season because that's what we've been lacking. We've never been prepared for the season. That's why we always start slow. Even in the Van Gaal days against Swansea, we lost. And Ten Hag, obviously, in his first season, we lost. We need to get transfers over the line. We cannot be a Glazonomics again. Of course, Branthwaite wants to move to Manchester United. Branthwaite is grown frustrated at the news that Everton are holding out for 60, 70 million. Branthwaite and Manchester United feel that is unrealistic. The deal is unrealistic, and Manchester United feel he's worth more in the region of 40 to 50 million euros. So Manchester United are not willing to pay over that. Of course, Manchester United are willing to offer incentives as well, including a sell-on clause for Branthwaite. But Everton are not budging. Everton have done their deals and have made their money. So their financial fair play thing is looking kind of healthy. So they're not in no rush or no desperation to sell Branthwaite. But if Branthwaite becomes disillusioned, it can become a problem for Everton. So it can become a sticky toffee moment for the sticky toffees, isn't it? So they may have to be forced to sell Branthwaite to a club. Hopefully it's Manchester United. I rate the player highly. Left centre-back. Can play right centre-back as well. Very versatile. We'll like him at United. Young, Premier League experience. Eredivisie experienced as well. So we'll know Ten Hag. And Ten Hag will be happy to bring him in. And I will be happy to bring him in as well. Of course, news on Greenwood. Lazio have reopened talks with Manchester United in regards to Greenwood. Of course, their deal was very short of the mark. 17.5 million they bid for Greenwood, which in my opinion is very insulting. I wouldn't even entertain them anymore if they came up with that kind of offer. It's very insulting for a generational talent like Greenwood. Some way out there news. Obviously, Manchester United are looking for wingers as well. Anthony Gordon has emerged as a target for Manchester United. Anthony Gordon at Newcastle United, very talented winger, left winger for Newcastle United, did very well last season, very creative, scores goals as well. It's the kind of winger we want. Now, could Manchester United afford Anthony Gordon? At the moment, no. But if Manchester United do end up selling Rashford, Sancho and Greenwood, Manchester United may be looking for a winger to replace Rashford, and Anthony Gordon would fit the mould nicely. Of course, it's a creative winger that we need, and a creative winger that will be a very welcome addition to our squad, because obviously we have Rasmus Højlund and we may have Xerxes as well. So Xerxes and Rasmus Højlund will need supply from the wing. How much will Newcastle want for Greenwood, want for Gordon? It remains to be seen, but there will be wanting more than 60 million. A very talented individual, a very good young player. If we sell Rashford and we sell Greenwood and Sancho, I would say goodbye. Goodbye in regards, not goodbye as in sayonara, a goodbye as in a purchase. And that would be a very welcome addition to United's team, United squad, and a creative winger. Obviously, Manchester United did want Elise. They were after Elise, but Elise looks like he's going to Bayern Munich. There were rumours that the Elise deal was going to be hijacked by Manchester United. But for me, that was the sensationalist. I haven't heard much from it from then, but he has not signed for Bayern Munich yet. Yeah, Branthwaite and De Ligt pairing Alex would be hard, would be brilliant. It would be such an upgrade. Of course, Licha Martinez as well. It would be such a big upgrade to our squad, a big, a more solid look to our squad. Players who can bring the ball out, players who can play for the back. You know, Branthwaite who can score a header from a corner. You got De Ligt, strong, quick, skillful. It would mark a very, very good start to the window for United. And if we signed those two players, I'll be over the moon. I'll be very confident for the new season. I don't know about you, but I think Branthwaite is very important as well. If we can get him through the door, if we can get rid of Lindelof and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, we bring in Branthwaite. Branthwaite. Easy for you to say, Branthwaite. Am I becoming like Jonathan Ross? I'm pronouncing. I can't pronounce my R's and B's. Branthwaite. If we get Branthwaite, I'll be over the moon. Of course, we have other youngsters that come into the squad. We have Amas, who can play left back. Amas, who's a very, very talented player. He's very similar to Branthwaite. When you see him, he will be making his debut in the preseason, I'm sure, and will be making his full debut for Manchester United next season, I am sure. Very good player, very powerful for his age, and very quick and skillful. A left back, and it'll be very, very interesting to see how he develops at Manchester United. Of course, he was said to be Luke Shaw's favourite player in the youth team. Luke Shaw said he rates him very highly. And coming from a left back, you have to take that as gospel. He is, Kenny, he is overpriced, Branthwaite. He is not worth 60, 70 million, I agree. But that's where we can utilise our squad. If we can give them a Lindelof and a Maguire, if we can give them a Wan-Bissaka and a fee, I think we can do a deal. I do. Branthwaite wants the deal. Branthwaite is frustrated that he is not at Manchester United at the moment. He has agreed personal terms, let's remember, with Manchester United, and was said to be very excited about signing for Manchester United. I believe if we miss out on Branthwaite, he will go to Manchester City and he will flourish there. He will be their new John Stones. I guarantee it. He will be their new John Stones, and we will regret not signing Branthwaite. Branthwaite would be ideal for Manchester United. Left centre-back, can play on the right centre-back as well. Very versatile, young, experienced, played in Europe for PSV. Would be a good buy. But 60 to 70 million, unfortunately, we just do not have the P's. We don't have it at the moment. So if we can arrange a swap deal, I think giving Everton Lindelof, Maguire, or even Wan-Bissaka, they'll be very interested, and I think they'll be better off for it. I think those players will improve Everton. So they have to be smart. They can't act like a sticky toffee. I know they're called the Toffees, but they have to be smart. They have to be fair, and they have to be fair on the player as well. Of course, another bit of other news is that Manchester United are interested in signing Miguel Gutierrez. Miguel Gutierrez, who's co-owned by Real Madrid. And Girona, Manchester United are willing to offer a fee of £34 million. Eric Ten Hag is said to be obsessed with Miguel Gutierrez and really would like the signing. Of course, another left back. Manchester United would be interested in bringing in another left back. Of course, but Luke Shaw is not fit. Of course, he cannot play 60, 70 games a season, as proven. He hasn't done for the last 10, 11 years. So it's important that Manchester United bring in another left back, of course, but we cannot ignore Harry Amas as well. We need those youth players to come through, very good youth players, and it's important that we utilise our youth team as well, of course. Now, Manchester United have some representatives in the Euros, as you can tell, as you know. They have Kobe Mainoo. Kobe Mainoo is ready to pencil a new deal at Manchester United, which will see him stay at Manchester United for a further 5 years, and it will obviously significantly increase his wage. Kobe Mainoo is currently on international duty with England, absolutely smashing it. And I'm very proud of Kobe Mainoo at the moment, really doing real well in England and for England and being the best player, I think. So far, he's been the best player for England, in my opinion, in my humbles of humble. I'm not just saying that because he is a Man United player. I think he's been the best player for England, and I wish him all the best. And I wish England all the best on Saturday against Switzerland. Hopefully he starts. Hopefully Southgate doesn't use him as a scapegoat, because you know what Southgate's like. He knows that because he substituted Mainoo, he will use the logic that he substituted Mainoo and England won. So he used that silly, stupid logic that he does do so many times. Yeah, Alex, Maguire screams Everton. I think Everton would be a fantastic club for Maguire. I think Lindelof, he would suit Everton as well. Maybe even Wan-Bissaka would suit Everton as well. I think Maguire would fit in like a glove at Everton. I think Everton would profit from him. I think they'll do well with him. I think they'll like Maguire. It's his kind of level. I think they'll be good with him, and I think it'll be a good replacement. A very experienced player is Maguire. I think if he signs for Everton, I wish him all the best in pastures new. I think we need to sell these players. We need to, because they're not going to play, especially if we do sign De Ligt. These players will go further down the rankings. Obviously, Varane has gone as well. I think if we sign Branthwaite, Maguire could be going the other way. I think we should do a deal with Everton, a swap deal, because we cannot afford 60, 70 million. That's very unfair. That's very unrealistic in regards to pricing. The 60 to 70 million, imagine what you can get in Europe for that price. I've seen some very good players for Slovenia. I've seen some very good players for Albania, for Georgia in the European Championships. Maybe we should scout a few players there. Turkey looked very good yesterday. I like Demiral, the guy who scored 2 goals yesterday, played very, very well. 2 goals, 2 brilliant headers. We've lacked goals from corners since the Vidic days. Maguire's done okay, but since the Vidic days, we haven't been prolific on scoring from corners. So Demiral, that kind of mould, that kind of player, that kind of profile will fit United. We need to be clever. We need to look around. We cannot be just going after one player all summer. Everton cannot hold us to ransom. And at the end of the day, if Branthwaite wants to move to Manchester United, he's there, he's got a mouth, he can open his mouth and he can say, I want to move to Manchester United. You need to accept a deal. That will put pressure on Everton to accept a deal, because otherwise they'll lose the money. Of course, they'll lose the money. Guys, please don't forget to smash a like on the video and subscribe. Thank you to my usuals, Alex, Kenny, all you guys in the chat. Thank you so much. Tony, thank you so much for joining me today. Of course, it's going to be an emotional month. July usually is an emotional month. We do have a lot of things to do. Of course, work is ongoing at Old Trafford at the moment with the tunnel. It's just the start. Of course, it's just the tunnel, but obviously every little helps. And I'm glad that we are moving. We are doing changes to Old Trafford because as I said earlier, Old Trafford has become a little bit stale. We need to make it more of a fortress. We need to make it a little more intimidating for rival clubs when they come to Old Trafford, because it seems a lot of clubs are going to Old Trafford feeling that they can get a victory, they can get something out of the game. It never used to be like that, of course. Old Trafford did used to be a fortress, but I don't think it's been a fortress for the last decade. I think we need to make it a fortress again, because we all know when Old Trafford is bouncing, Old Trafford is a mad place. It is a scary place to be for opposition players, and we need to get that back. We really do need to get that fortress feeling back. I don't know how many games we lost last season. I think we lost about 8 games or 6 games or something like that at Old Trafford. Not good enough, not good enough. So we need to do better as all round, and we need to make Old Trafford back the fortress that it is, back to being the most intimidating ground, one of the most intimidating grounds in Europe, especially on European nights. Who remembers those great European nights against Juventus? Who remember those days when the noise was deafening? Who remembers those days? And when we played in the Champions League late at night, and the noise was deafening, and it was the noise that got us through. It was the crowd that got us through those games. Obviously, those teams were very, very good, very talented back then, and it was the noise that got us through. Yeah, Alex. Branthwaite and De Ligt will be very hard to get past. Branthwaite and De Ligt will be a young, energetic, strong partnership. I think we should go for it. I really do. I think we should go for it, and I think we should try to pull out all the stops to try and get Branthwaite. Otherwise, he's going to Manchester City. And we cannot let that happen, because Manchester City have nothing to lose. They have 115 charges. Why not make it 116? I don't think they care. So I think we need to be careful of Manchester City lurking in the background for the young players, of course. We need to get the deals done early. We need to make sure they're through the door by time pre-season starts, so we can train them, we can embed them in the team, and Ten Hag can work on his tactics against various teams in the pre-season. Of course, we've got a few games coming up. I think we're going to Norway. We're going to the States again. I don't agree with going to the States. I think the States is a very difficult place to go in regards to traveling around the world, traveling around the various different states of America. America is a beautiful country, but it's a very big country. And I think that last season it affected us going from various states. Every 24 hours we were in a different state. And I think it tied us a little bit. It tied us a little bit. And it wasn't a wise move, but of course that's where the money is. Of course the Glazers love us to go to America. Gone are the days when we used to go to Thailand and we used to go to South Africa and play and places like that. I think America brings in the money, and that's what matters for the Glazers, of course. Do you blame them? And partly no, but of course it's a very tiring journey, and we need to look at that. Look at our schedule for the pre-season. You know, we do need to look at our schedule for the pre-season. Now, in regards to the States, of course, there are numerous outlets out there who are criticising Rangnick's tactics yesterday in the Euro 2004, just taking it away from Manchester United slightly. Rangnick had France, he had Holland, he had Poland in the group in his European Championship 24. Now, there's certain accounts on Twitter who have gone out of their way to criticise Ralf Rangnick for getting knocked out of the European Championships against Turkey last night. Now, Rangnick has done a phenomenal job at Austria and bringing them to the last 16, getting out a group, included Holland, France and Poland, as I said, was really good, was phenomenal, so to speak. Rangnick has a very, very small squad at Austria. Of course, Arnautovic, players of that nature, still playing, you know. So he deserves all the credit. Was without his most important player, Alaba, in the tournament. So he deserves credit. Now, there's certain outlets out there that give America a bad name in regards to being American supporting Manchester United, saying very stupid things in regards to Rashford, in regards to Rangnick, silly things. And unfortunately, those are the same people who support the Glazers. And for me, in my humble opinion, I'm not judging. We live in a democracy. You can support the Glazers. That's entirely up to you. But it makes me question your true support for Manchester United if you do support the Glazers. We've been protesting for 20 odd years against the Glazers. And if you support the Glazers, if you're a sympathiser to the Glazers, then I cannot take your status as a Manchester United fan, sadly, very seriously. All fair play to you. Good luck to you. But I don't think you come across as a Manchester United type person, especially if you're going around slandering managers like Rangnick, who've done phenomenally well. So out of touch comment, so out of touch tweet. I urge you to go and look at the tweet. It's on my Twitter page. Have a look. Very, very out of touch. Very silly comment. And we need to move away from that. As Manchester United, we pride ourselves on being class. We are class. When we go abroad, when we go to Europe, we are rarely getting in. We are rarely in problems. We are rarely fighting. We are rarely in trouble because we are respected. We are respected as Manchester United fans. And it's important that we live up to our reputation and we don't be classless, because tweets like I saw today are classless. In big accounts that want to class themselves as Manchester United fans. If you are going to support Manchester United from all over the world, and We support Manchester United for all over the world. And let me stress this very clearly. Manchester United are nothing without their global fan base. Manchester United are Manchester United because of their global fan base. East to west, from India to America to Japan to South America to Ireland, you name it. We are a global club, and our global fan base is what makes Manchester United. But if you are going to support Manchester United, may I suggest something for you? Delve into our history a little bit. Learn about our club. Learn about our history. Learn about the way we used to conduct ourselves. We are class. Learn about the way we arrive at stadiums in suits. We don't arrive in tracksuit bottoms. We are class. We are Manchester United. From the Busby Babes to 1968 European triumph, we are Manchester United. To the Sir Alex Ferguson days, we are Manchester United. It's very important that we conduct ourselves well. If we have a good big platform, God has blessed you with a big platform. Fair play, well done. But you have to remember what you're talking about. Stop making yourself look stupid. Stop it. It was a fantastic game between Austria and Turkey last night. A game that could have went either way. Relentless, the best game of the tournament. Both played very good attacking style football. Attacking style football. And when Turkey went 1-0 up, they looked for two. They looked for three. They didn't sit back like Gareth Southgate, your old mate, Gareth Southgate, who will go 1-0 up and will sit back. They were brave. They went for it. Both teams went for it. Both teams tried. Both teams tried hard. And unfortunately, in cup football, you lose sometimes. Don't win them all. But Austria have made a very good account of themselves. One of the teams of the tournament out of the group with France and Holland and Poland did very, very well. And credit must be given when credit is due. Stop criticising managers just because they called out the Glazers. Just because Ralph Ragnick done a mic drop on the Glazers in regards to heart surgery. I know you're bitter. I know you love the Glazers. I know you're a muppet to the Glazers. I know you have your hand right up the Glazers. That's why you call yourself a muppet. That's why you are a Glazer sympathiser. You have your fist right up the you-know-what of the Glazers. That's why you are called Muppeteers. You are the Muppeteer, and you are the mouthpiece of the Glazers. So stop it, leave it out, and concentrate on supporting United, supporting Ten Hag. Because I know you were Ten Hag out. I remember you were Ten Hag out, wasn't it? You know so much about everything, don't you? You're the old knowing, don't you? But Ten Hag stays. Ten Hag is here. Ten Hag signed a new contract. Ten Hag is the man, and you have to live it. You have to lump it. You were wrong, so live with it and hold that. Yeah, be class, stay classy. Everyone, every United fan, make sure you stay classy. Unless it's about Manchester United, stop highlighting other teams and other managers down misfortune, because they were unlucky yesterday, and I cannot accept so-called big accounts that claim to be Manchester United writing tweets like that, criticising other countries, other teams for their misfortune. Okay? I hope you listen to that. I hope you've had a little bit of an education there. Okay? You need to learn. If you want to come on my channel, if you want to speak about Manchester United, if you want me to teach you about the birds and the bees, I'm here. I can teach you about it. I am a encyclopedia of Manchester United. You can bring anyone on this channel. I will school them. So don't get too cocky. Don't get too ahead of yourself. You are new to this game. You are new as a Manchester United fan. I've got 4 decades in this game, mate. Guys, we are family on this channel. I get a little bit unfiltered, and that's how it should be. We have to tell the truth. I don't sit here laughing, fake laughing like some channels. I speak my mind. I do. There are channels out there who just sit there and laugh just to cover the awkward silence because their knowledge is not great. But on a positive note, things are looking positive in regards to Ineos, and Ineos are moving, and Ineos are starting to get the ball rolling. Now, of course, we're still waiting for the first transfers to go through the door. We're still waiting for the first transfers to go out the door too. So let's be excited. I said always, cautious optimism, cautious optimism. We must support Ineos. We have no choice. We have to support them, and we have to hope they do well and bring us back to the summit of English football and European and world football. So guys, please don't forget to smash a like on the video, subscribe to the video, please, please, please. It really helps with the algorithms. It really helps with my channel. Really want to build my channel up, get it to up there, and I want to bring you lot as well. You know, you guys in the chats, you are the elites. You are the guys who are there from the start, and I really appreciate you. Please, please, please because you kindly spread the word, and let's get the subscribers up. We need those subscribers to go up. My first aim is 5,000 subscribers, and then we go from there together. You guys are the admins. You guys are the originals. You're the original gangsters. You guys are. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day. There is no watch-alongs tonight. Of course, we have a 2-day break from the watch-alongs. It's been a tough watch-along this last few days. Of course, I've been going to bed like 2 in the morning doing these watch-alongs. I'm in the UAE, of course. They're 3 hours ahead of Europe and stuff, 4 hours in some places. So it's been a difficult watch-alongs, but it's been a pleasure spending those watch-alongs with you. We go on to the quarterfinals. Spain against Germany on Friday. France against Portugal as well. Of course, we got England on Saturday, and that should be a very, very interesting game, a far harder game for England. Will England change? Will they go attacking? Will they stop making the same mistakes that they've made for the whole tournament? Will they stop playing square pegs in round holes? Will they stop doing that? Can England go through against Switzerland to reach the semi-finals where they were playing Turkey or the Netherlands? Well, it's all open. It's still there to see. We have to wait and see. Can England reach another final? Can England reach the second final in succession in the European Championships? Who knows? But they're going to have to immensely improve, if they're going to have any aspirations of doing anything in this tournament. Now, guys, please, just one favor. If you could please share this video, if you could just share the subscription, share it with all your mates, share it with your friends, share it with your family. And let's build it up. I cannot stress enough how important it is for this channel, for us to have likes, for us to have subscribers. We need to build it up, because this is going to be a real channel with real opinions, no sugarcoating, no Willy Wonka stuff. We are here. This is going to be a real channel. This is a real channel, and let's build it up. We are on 2,400 subscribers at the moment. We need to move it up. We need to build it up, and we need to make sure we build together, because we are family, and this is our community. This is our family. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Absolutely amazing. I will be joining you tonight for Chatterbox. Chatterbox every evening won't just be watch-alongs. It will be various stories about Manchester United, experiences I've had. I'll be having a lot of stories on there, a lot of guests on there as well, ex-players, etc., all coming in due course. Of course, I'll be having live phone-ins as well. I'll be organising that very soon, so you guys, we can have a chat. I'll be doing video calls as well. I'll be having you guys on the video as well, so we can have a nice chat and we can see each other face to face, and it's more personal. So thank you everyone who's joined me today. Love you all. Take it easy. Enjoy your Wednesday. Wednesday, it was a day we won the Champions League. Wednesday will be forever remembered, 1999 to 26th of May. All the best, guys. Have a fantastic day. Peace.